Hello students, we are solving problems under assessment of individuals. In this session, let us solve one more problem relating to that which may come for 24 marks in your final exam. See this one, this problem is similar to previous problem, that is computation of tax liability of Mr. Swagat. Let us go through this problem. Here some changes are there. See, from the following particulars furnished by Miss Babyshine, compute her total income and tax liability. Salary income computed 8 lakhs. Salary income computed amount is given, no need to deduct standard deduction from this amount. Income from salary 8 lakh directly given. Next one, rent received from two house property let out for residential purpose rupees 1,50,000. Here rent received from house property is given. This is not the income. To calculate income from house property, you have to deduct some items from a rent received. That is, first one, municipal tax or local tax paid by the landlord if any. When you deduct that municipal tax, you get annual value. From that annual value, you have to deduct standard deduction of 30% on annual value, and you have to deduct one more thing, that is interest on home loan if any. When you deduct that two things, you get the income from house property. In this problem, rent received is given, that is 1,50,000, and also some deductions are there, that is local tax on let out house property 5,000. Local tax means municipal tax paid rupees 5,000. When you deduct this 5,000 from a rent received 1,50,000, you get the annual value. That amounts to rupees 1,45,000. From that annual value, you have to deduct standard deduction at 30%. And one more thing you have to deduct, that is interest on housing loan. There is housing loan in this problem. See the point, sixth point, paid at 9% per annum interest on 30 lakhs borrowed from NBFC for acquisition of residential property which was sanctioned on 31st March 2019. The stamp value of the house is 45 lakhs rupees. Here interest on housing loan 9% per annum is there, that is loan amount 30 lakh, on that you have to calculate 9% interest amount. That amounts to rupees 2,70,000. But under section 24, deduction is available only up to 2 lakhs rupees. Rest of the amount they can claim under section EEA only if that loan sanctioned after 1st April 2019. But this loan amount is sanctioned on 31st March 2019. So, no further deduction is available to them, because under section 80 EEA, as per this assessment year, that is 2020-21, that deduction is introduced in this year, is available only loan sanctioned after 1st April 2019. Remember that point, and I also gave notes relating to that point. Please refer to that notes and refer the previous problem to find out the difference. In that problem, loan amount was sanctioned after 1st April 2019. That is why deduction for further deduction was available for the interest on loan. But in this problem, the loan is sanctioned before 1st April 2019. So, under section 24, only 2 lakh rupees is available for deduction, that is relating to house property income. Let us solve the problem. At that time, you will come to know that point. Next one, short term capital gain rupees 50,000 is taxable under capital gains, and also one more short term capital gain is there, that is charged at 15%, 15,000. That means Separate tax is calculated on this 15,000 at the rate of 15% while calculating the tax liability. And long term capital gains 80,000 is given. For this also tax is calculated separately at the rate of 20%, that you know very well. Next, see, winning from horse race 35,000 rupees under income from other sources. Net amount is given, that means you have to gross up the amount. Net amount means after deducting the TDS. The TDS percentage is 30%, and you have to calculate tax liability at the rate of 30% on gross value. Remember that point. Here 35,000 is 70% of the value, then what is 100%, that you have to calculate. That amounts to rupees 50,000. Please calculate once this amount. So for a tax purpose you have to write income from winning from horse race rupees 50,000. You know this calculation also. I am not going to explain this in detail. Next one, interest on bank FDs rupees 35,000 and savings bank account 9,500. Both will come under income from other sources. And interest on post office FD 10,000 and on post office SB 5,000, income from other sources. And here they can claim for deduction under section 80 TTA on SB account. In this problem, see the difference between this problem and previous problem. There Mr. Swagat was a senior citizen and he can claim under section 80 TTB, not under TTA. That is one difference between these two problems. There he claimed deduction under section 80 TTB, that is interest on bank deposits, that is on FDs. But in this problem, Miss Baby Shine can claim deduction under section 80 TTA, not under 80 TTB. 80 TTA is relating to SB account, that is interest on SB account. And also here deduction is available only up to 10,000 rupees. That is maximum limit under section 80 TTA is 10,000. These are the incomes from various heads. When you add these things, you get the gross total income. From the gross total income, you have to deduct some points. First one, see, he made the following payments. Under that first one already explained, that is municipal tax on house property. Second one, see, paid rupees 5,000 towards interest on education loan. This is interest on education loan. Section 80E deduction can be claimed. Section 80E. Next one, PPF 80,000, LIC premium on self 60,000 and minor daughter 50,000. These three things comes under section 80C, but under section 80C maximum limit is 1,50,000. These three amounts exceeds 1,50,000, but she can claim only up to 1,50,000. Remember that point and note down that point. And contribution to national pension scheme rupees 80,000. National pension scheme comes under section 80 CCD subsection 1B. Please refer that notes to solve this problem. Under that section 80 CCD 1B, only 50,000 can be claimed for a deduction, not 80,000 rupees. Next one, donation to government hospital for family planning 25,000 with limit donation under section 80G, but 100% can be claimed for deduction. And Karnataka Chief Minister Relief Fund rupees 10,000. This comes under without limit donation and 100% can be claimed. So total of donation under section 80G amounts to rupees 35,000. Next one, C, donation to BJP party 20,000. This donation to BJP party comes under section 80 GGC, that is a donation to any political party by the individual. Please refer that notes. I am not going to explain. Rupees 20,000 under section 80 GGC you can claim, GGC. Next one, donation to scientific research rupees 50,000. This donation to scientific research 50,000 can be claimed under section 80 GGA, that is donation to scientific research. This is 80 GGA. Okay. Next one, medical insurance self 35,000 and on parents, father aged 61 years and mother aged 51, rupees 53,000, and she also paid 5,000 in cash for health checkup. This deduction is coming under section 80D, medical insurance on self. Here age of Miss Baby Shine is not given, that means we have to consider her as below the age of 60, and for general category medical insurance deduction is available only up to 25,000. That is why you have to consider 25 and not 35. And on parents, here father is a senior citizen, so deduction is available up to 50,000 rupees. Here not 53, this is 50,000. So the total deduction under section 80D amounts to 25,000 plus 50,000, 75,000, and this 5,000 medical checkup is included in 35,000, that is a maximum limit 25,000, and she cannot claim this one separately. This comes under the maximum limit only. And next one, this point I already explained, only under section 24 they can claim up to 2 lakh, and they cannot claim under section 80 EEA because loan was sanctioned before 1st April 2019. See the next point, paid interest at 10% per annum on the loan borrowed for purchase of electric vehicle which was sanctioned on March 2019 and disbursed on 1st May 2019. The amount of loan is 20 lakhs. This deduction may claimed under section 80 EEB, but loan was sanctioned in March 2019. You can claim deduction under section 80 EEB only if the loan was sanctioned after 1st April 2019. So, this point you cannot consider because loan was sanctioned in March 2019. Detailed notes was given to you previously. Please refer that notes to understand this point, and I will give notes later also. Okay. Let us solve this problem. May come for 24 marks. Important, don't leave this problem. Work out this problem once to understand it. Computation of total income of Miss Baby Shine for the assessment year 2020-21. 3 columns, you know how to draw. Income from salary 8 lakhs given. Income from house property, rent received 1,50,000. From this you have to deduct municipal taxes paid 5,000, that is local tax paid. You get annual value as 1,45,000. From this annual value you have to deduct two things. First one, standard deduction under section 24 subsection A at 30% of rupees 1,45,000, that amounts to 43,500, and also interest on housing loan under section 24B. Calculation is given. See, on the loan amount 30 lakh at the rate 9% per annum, that amounts to 2,70,000, but under this section maximum limit is 2 lakh. So, the total of deduction from annual value amounts to rupees 2,43,500. that exceeds the annual value, that means there is loss from house property 98,500 rupees, that you have to write inside the bracket, or you have to put this subtraction symbol against it. Better you put a bracket for this amount. Next one, income from business not given, nil, and income from capital gains given. Three items are there: long term capital gain 80,000, short term capital gain 50,000, and short term capital gain at 15% 15,000. Total of these amounts to rupees 1,45,000. Next, income from other sources are given. Winning from horse race, net amount was given, you have to gross up, that will amount to rupees 50,000. Next, interest on bank FDs 35,000, interest on bank SB 9,500, interest on post office FDs 10,000, and interest on post office SB account. Here interest on post office SB exempt up to rupees 3,500. You know this point, up to 3,500 is exempted from tax. The amount is 5,000, from that you have to deduct exempted amount 3,500. You get interest on post office SB as 1,500 rupees. The total of income from other sources amounts to rupees 1,06,000. When you add all income, that is the income from various heads, you get gross total income as 1,52,500. From all income you have to deduct this loss from house property, you get gross total income as 9,52,500. From this you have to deduct general deduction under section 80. See here, first one, section 80C, three items are there: LIC premium on self and daughter. The total of that two things amounts to rupees 1,10,000, and PPF 80,000. Maximum limit under section 80C amounts to 1,50,000, but the total of LIC premium and PPF amounts to 1,90,000. So maximum limit you have to take, that is 1,50,000. And next one, section 80 CCD 1B, already explained, national pension scheme restricted to 50,000. You should consider 80,000, that maximum limit is 50,000. Next, section 80D, medical insurance premium on self 25,000, because she is the age group below 60 years, that is why 25,000, which also includes the health checkup amount 5,000 rupees. And on parents' life, her father a senior citizen, so 50,000 can be claimed. Total is 75,000. Next one, section 80E, interest on education loan 5,000. Next one, section 80G, two donations are there, total of that 35,000, that is 10,000 and 25,000. Next one, under section 80GGA, donation to scientific research 50,000. Under section 80GGC, donation to political party, that is BJP party by individual 20,000. Section 80TTA, interest on SB accounts, maximum limit 10,000 rupees. The total of these deduction amounts to rupees 3,95,000. When you deduct this 3,95,000 from the gross total income 9,52,500, you get the total income, that is total taxable income, as 5,57,500. On this you have to calculate the tax liability. See, computation of tax liability. Taxable income 5,57,500, but on short term capital gain at 15%, long term capital gain and winning from horse race, you have to pay tax separately with the respective percentage. That is, on short term capital gain at 15% amounts to 2,250. On long term capital gain 20% on 80,000 amounts to 16,000, and winning from horse race here. 50,000 is the gross amount, on that 30% means 15,000. These three things should be calculated separately, and on balance you can apply the general tax rate. Okay, here balance is 4,12,500. First 2,50,000 exempted. Next on the balance 1,62,500 at 5%, that amounts to rupees 8,125. That is total tax on income. From this total tax on income, you cannot deduct rebate. Remember that point, because total income is more than 5 lakhs, so rebate is not applicable in this case. Next, you have to add health and education cess at 4% on the total tax on income 41,375, that amounts to 1,655 rupees. That is the health and education cess at 4%, 1,655. When you add this one, you get total tax liability 43,030 rupees. From this, you have to deduct the TDS on winning from horse race. You know why this amount should be deducted, because TDS means tax deducted at source. While receiving the income only, tax was deducted, so no need to pay extra tax. When you deduct this one, you get the tax liability of Miss Baby Shine as 28,030 rupees. So this is the tax liability of Miss Baby Shine, 28,030. Notes are there, go through these notes. These notes are similar to previous problem and I already explained it, and you have notes relating to this point. Please check that things. Thank you. Let us solve other problem in the next session.